Hello and welcome to Weapons for Warriors. We have come to a review today of my favorite sword in my collection, my absolute number one. And that is HuaWei Katana. And I am very excited to show you the quality that they bring. Now I know there's a lot of things out there about their customer service and long wait times. And yes, that is true. However, the quality is outstanding, and I believe personally it is worth the wait. First of all, as I do in many of my reviews, I would like to show you a storage option. Good old rifle case. You can't beat a good old rifle case for storage, especially if you have something that's worth it. Now, once again, it is worth mentioning that a good old rifle sock, in order to keep out moisture, might be necessary and might work for you. I love them. They can go right over the normal case or cloth that it comes with. Now, this is not the original casing that came with the sword itself. I actually imported this from Japan. It's made out of a silk kimono. And I thought that this would go well with the theme of the sword itself. And well, let's get on to the sword. Now, this is absolutely the best quality sword, hands down, in my entire collection. I will be using a glove because this thing is a fingerprint magnet. However, let's get a close-up look here. I want to show you the quality. This is silk, Japanese silk. And it feels so great, so beautiful, so smooth. The knots are so tight. I couldn't ask for a better wrapping ever. Look how these things are terminated. I'm gonna get up close and personal with it here in a moment, but I just want you to see the quality of this thing in general. I mean, look at that. It is beautiful. This is it leaves me speechless every time I bring it out. So let's go ahead and start up front here with the kashira. The kashira is a Moko iron fitting, which is very basic, plain Jane, just like I like it actually. Anybody who knows my personal preference here on Katana, those knots are done so well, so well. You can see, I mean, just look at that. This is beautiful. All copper manuki that have started to build up somewhat of a patina. And the semegawa are medium to large nodules. I mean, that color, that midnight blue silk, is just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous, and I love it. Let's go down here to the fuchi. And the fuchi itself matches in aesthetics to everything else. And you know, normally I don't even bring up the seppa, but the seppa themselves match, all copper. And it's just beautiful when you have all of these things matching like this. It looks so gorgeous. You have the buffalo horn fitting here towards the koiguchi. It's kind of hard to see. See that transition line? It's done so well. It's a little bit difficult to see. Yeah, it is just a gorgeous, gorgeous sword. You see that waist sort of hourglass shaping there. Very beautiful. I mean, I couldn't ask for a better sword here. All horn fittings. Now let's get a closer look at the sageo. The sageo is imported Japanese silk, that midnight blue color matching the ito. And it is very, very good quality. I mean, this is some of the best craftsmanship, and I gotta say, this is probably the best presentation knot I've ever seen on on just about any sword. The lacquering job is very beautiful, very well executed. I mean, there is not much more I can say. I don't know how to praise the sword any more than what it already is. Beautiful horn fittings here. Like I said, that transition is so well done. It's so difficult to see. I know you guys are probably waiting to see the blade. And let me tell you something, just wait until you see it. Now, before we go on to the actual beauty of the blade, I want to show you something. Look at this Koiguchi. This is probably one of the nicest carved, beautiful Koiguchis I've ever seen. Perfectly carved to the blade, no shimming necessary. I mean, look at that. You can even see on the inside how clean it is. They have the proper type of wood that keeps out moisture. That buffalo horn is beautiful. Look at the carving. Look at the shape of this thing. I mean, it is just perfectly done. It's kind of hard to believe once you start getting into some of these, you know, perfect quality swords. It's amazing. So now let's take a look at what everybody wants to see, the blade. Now let's take a look at this beautifully well executed habaki. It's a copper habaki, beautifully polished. Once again, the seppa is perfectly matching. A little bit of oil on it there, but that's fine. Look at that thing. Now let's go on to the blade itself. I mean, look at this thing. Have you ever seen a Choji Hamon so beautiful? I know I haven't. And believe me, I have looked everywhere. This thing is gorgeous. I don't know how to explain it. I mean, it is just perfectly executed at every point of this sword. The yukote is well defined. It is geometric. The hamon itself goes all the way to the tip, even curving around slightly. It is like a hypodermic needle here towards the tip. See if I can get a close-up shot of this. If I can, there we go. It is like truly a hypodermic needle there towards the tip. And this is a Datanuki style geometry of the blade. Very fat, thick, and robust here. And as it goes down, it tapers ever so slightly to a beautiful hypodermic needle sharp tip. And that is just amazing. So, I don't know what to say about this. It's just that gorgeous that I'm at a loss for words. I'm so glad that I was able to pick one of these things up. They are notoriously difficult to find in the wild, so to speak. And that hamon, man, that thing is just gorgeous. So beautiful, so well executed. The polish on this thing is amazing. I mean, what can I say other than if you get the opportunity to get one of these swords, buy it, or any sword from HuaWei. I would say go for it because they are exceptional. Absolutely exceptional. Like I said, this is my favorite sword in my entire collection. Just quality's outstanding. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Just wanted to go over a couple more things in terms of fit and finish. This might be one of the greatest swords that you can purchase. In my opinion, it feels so good in the hands. I mean, wow, I really like leather, but there's something about this Japanese silk, genuine Japanese silk, that just feels awesome. Now I wanted to show you exactly how sharp this sword is. I've not touched it since I've gotten it from the manufacturer. Usually I cut paper, but today I want to do something a little bit thicker. This is like a business card paper, right? So let's see. And well, there you go. Something a lot thicker that it just zipped right through. This is, in my opinion, one of the best swords that you can purchase. And listen to this. Yeah, one-handed, beautiful. This is an awesome, awesome sword. I don't know how to praise this thing anymore. It's definitely solid, nothing loose. It feels so good in the hands. Yeah, definitely my favorite sword of all time. All right, let me oil this puppy up, put it back, and we'll talk a little more about it. Now, what price would you be expected to pay for a sword like this? Most of you might be thinking this is a sword that is in the price range of a couple of $1,000s, at least $1,000 minimum. And you'd be right, sort of. This sword definitely is worth more than I paid, in my opinion. This sword cost me $900 plus shipping, so a little bit less than $1,000. And I believe, personally, it is worth every single penny. Especially if you're a collector such as myself, I would say this is probably one of the greatest swords in general ever made. And that's just my personal opinion, but I absolutely love this thing. So in conclusion, if you get the opportunity to own a HuaWei sword, absolutely pick it up, whether that is secondhand market or directly from HuaWei. Now, a couple things to note: their website can be a little bit sketchy. I did have a scam report on my credit card after purchasing this sword, which I'm not entirely sure it's related. However, I have heard other stories where people have had similar experiences. Their website is known to have malware from some places I've heard. I haven't had any issue accessing their website. The other bad part is that they are almost never in stock, and the reason being is that they take such high standards in quality, as you just saw. They take a long time to fit and finish their swords. So if you order one that's out of stock, it could be 6 months to a year, even longer. In some cases, I've heard up to 2 years before you get your sword. Is it worth it to wait that long? In my personal opinion, I would say yes. I would say if you order directly from their website, order with a credit card so that you are not held responsible for any type of issue that you might run into there. But in general, they make great quality swords, regardless of their customer service. I absolutely love HuaWei swords, and I wish I was able to pick up another one. I was so lucky that this one was in stock and I got it within 3 months. But after that long-winded review, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you thought. Thanks.